Today we have the Don Carlos, and I gotta tell you, I'm excited. I don't know what it is about the Don Carlos that just has this steez, as a skateboarder would say. It's just got this aura, as a 14-year-old would say. It's just cool, man. It's just got that vibe to it. I don't know. It's very interesting in a simplistic way. I like that. I always find that fascinating. If you can make the simplistic look appealing, that's great. And obviously it's not super overly simplistic. Anyway, African Cameroon wrapper. Vintage tobaccos aged up to 10 years. I may or may not have just read the website, but that's what it says. And it smells very good at the foot. This guy's feet smell great. Donnie's feet smell amazing. So I'm sniffing Donnie's foot. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, let me get you guys hooked up to my chest. And yeah, I'm loving the hoodie weather. By the way, it's the morning, and I never get mornings ever, because I work 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I get home at 10 p.m. or 11, and I stay up until like 5 a.m. because I hate being awake before work. I have to wake up, shower, work, and then I get home, then I can be awake. I can't just be awake knowing I have work later. Anyway, so I'm never awake for the mornings, ever. And at my last job, I wasn't either. It's the exact same schedule. So today, I had a big nap at like 9 p.m. It just worked out to where I'm up, and it's 7 a.m. The sun's rising, and this is amazing. So anyway, let's get cut up and light the sucker. Why don't we? That was a little suggestive. I apologize for that. Don't look. It's got a pretty good cap on it, so I think we should be able to get a decent cut. Now, the torpedo tips are not my favorite, but it's a very small hiccup there. I'll get over it in 5 seconds. And I believe Peter from Cigars Unbanded and Cigar Collective sent me this. So thank you, Peter. Sorry, stop looking at me while I'm doing that. It's your fault. Oh, that draw is perfect. But I know when I light it, it's going to tighten up a bit. But do I want to risk it and go for another cut? Oh. We'll go Don Carlos style. Nah, he's not worried about cuts. Let's go bananas. I'll do another cut here, guys. That was a great cutter. Went right through. Perfect. I'm a big open draw fan. You can't have a draw that's too open. Yeah, if it's too open, then it actually is a... No, it's perfect. You can control every aspect of the way it smokes. That's great. We'll get all the tobacco off me. I believe these are like 20-ish. I don't know exactly what size I have, but it's pretty large. 20-something, 20-ish in that price range. I'm going to try not to say too much about that so YouTube doesn't become a B word and age restrict this. But anyway, just one little spot in the middle there that doesn't look like it's lighting, but I could be wrong. But the flavors are great. I'll tell you about that in a second. Wow. That's very good. That's so smooth in the retro too. I was wondering if this was going to be similar to Opus, and it isn't. But This is how I hoped every single Arturo Fuente would taste. Every time, because I've been a big hater on Mr. Fuente, because I think all their lower tier stuff, and I'll try it again for the sake of this channel, but I think their lower tier stuff blows. And I've had probably 35 experiences of their lower, normal price stuff that just sucks. Every second from light to finish is terrible. And you go, I just spent $9 on this, so I have to smoke it. But everything that's above that echelon of anything that's somewhat nicer, the Añejo, obviously the Opus stuff, it's been really nice. So it still annoys me that their lower stuff I'm not a fan of. But this is very good. I'll explain more in a second. Man, just mellow, aged Fuente tobacco. Very smooth. It's so hard to describe that flavor without just saying Fuente. But it's very good. It's like a light oak. It's not a cedar, but it's like a light oak. Absolutely no spice in the palate or the retro. But yeah, just that aged Fuente thing. And as far as the Opus goes, Opus had, or the one I smoked, Tan just sent me a whole bunch more, thank God. But Opus has its own thing going on. But a lot of the people, including Tan, I think, I feel like I've heard him say this, a lot of the people that love Opus love Don Carlos, because they are related. They're in the Fuente family, but they're not brothers, they're cousins, if that makes sense. But anyway, let me chief on this a little more and just try to get a better description of what I'm getting, or if anything else changes. This thing's smoking like a chimney, dude. That's cool. Anyway, so far, Donnie, pretty good guy. His feet smell good too. So anyway, I'll get back with you. Ooh, Fent is growing up pretty good. Ooh, I'll have to show you guys. Fent is our aloe plant, and he's just coming out of the ground. Okay, so I have some very good insights on this. As you can see, I've gone down quite a bit. With such an open draw, I think it's fairly obvious. There's less tobacco, so the cigar burns a lot quicker. But I still prefer that in a lot of circumstances. In other ones, not so much. But so I've only been out here like 40 minutes, and I'm like halfway through the stick. But this and Opus share this base, this core Fuente taste. I guess all Fuentes kind of do, whereas the lower end ones are peppered with so much garbage that immediately overtake it. Bitter, just disgusting, foul bitterness across every lower end Fuente I've ever had in my life. Hold on. Wait 1 second. I feel like Doman holding this thing. You just wait 1 second there, pal. So, but my point is, when I smoked that Opus X, there was this core, the main flavors, and with the there's a little bird over there. With the Opus, it was just flaking off all these different stuff, bing bong, going down the flavor tunnel, and it shoot me with a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It was so interesting, and I get why that's so expensive and popular and fancy and yada yada. Whereas this is just that core, and that's not a bad thing. This is a immediate hit of that core flavor, and it's constructed beautifully. It's tasty, it's fun, it's beautiful, and it's that. No, I'm just kidding. But when you're looking at $20, is it $20? If you've got it, yes. And I'm genuinely struggling with answering that question. Is 20 too much? Because 20 is a lot, dude. For one smoke, that's a lot, especially for me. If you're on a budget, no. I don't think it's something to break the bank over. But I want to stress that my bar for reaching up to 20, it's a high bar. So that's not to knock this. This is wonderful and it's a beautiful occasion. But if I'm in a shop and I've got $100, you know, for my week's paycheck, I'm not spending 20 on this, even though it's great. Does that make sense? A and B, here's a perfect analogy. So everyone, listen, I want to snap you out of your just, I want you to pay attention. The Don Carlos and the Opus and everything high-end, the Añejo Fuente stuff is Gibson. This, I guess, only applies if you know guitars. It is Gibson guitars. Way expensive, but when you've got a Gibson, you've got a Gibson, dude. And you're rocking and you feel great. You've got the guitar that everyone has. That's the main guy. Gibson Les Paul. A Gibson Cherry Red ES335, like Back to the Future. You got the guitar. And then you go to Epiphone, which is their import line that looks like the Gibsons, kind of. It's similar in shape, but they suck. There's good ones, but it's rare. You have to, that's a whole nother discussion. On average, they suck. All of them. And they're cheaply built. They're just there to have the shape and sell to people that are like, I kind of like guitars. Maybe I'll start playing. I kind of enjoy cigars. Oh, Fuente's a good brand. Okay. Perfect analogy. Wait right there. Don't move. Feeling great after that analogy, if you can't tell. It's solid smoke, man. I really like it. Yeah, that's all I got to say. And 400. I crossed out Donnie and I put 400. 400 subs. We're at. Last I checked, it was 402. That's crazy, dude. That's insane. And people sending me cigars is unreal. I still get giddy every time. It's insane. So thank you for subscribing if you have. And if you haven't, do whatever you want. I can't stand, I've said this in other videos, I can't stand clicking on a video and somebody mentions their analytics and says 70% of people watching aren't subscribed. You, dude. I hate that. If I'm subscribed, I will unsubscribe if I see that. I don't know why that bothers me so much, but it does. Don't tell me what to do. Oh, watching's not enough. You have to subscribe. You, dude. You, my friend. Tell me what to do. I'm a grown man. Wow me. Do something entertaining and I'll subscribe. Earn it. Try not to cuss, but I'm mouthing the words. Anyway, I'll get back with you if anything changes on the cigar. I am going to call it. Great stick. 20 is a little high, but the whole thing was constructed beautifully. Not a bad draw. Every draw was good. If you're a big fan of that Fuente, that higher end Fuente core taste, this one's for you, and it's definitely probably worth that, MSRP. But for me, I like the Fuente taste. I'm new to it, and I just got a whole, 5 crazy Opus cigars from Tandem Man, so I'm sure I'm gonna love it even more. after I smoked those, but I don't know. If I had to put an accurate estimation on this, I would charge 16 for this, and I think that would be perfect. But it's not that much more what it actually is. But anyway, it was a great cigar. So thank you, Peter. It was wonderful. I am lucky and blessed enough to have people send me stuff, and so yeah. I think, I don't know. I keep saying I'm going to do this next video, and then I go to the humidor and I'm looking at the top shelf and I'm like, I always change my mind. So I almost changed my mind on the Don Carlos, but I didn't. I put a community post up saying, which one do you guys want? You said Don Carlos, so I'm honoring that, but it was hard. I definitely wanted to change up my decision, but anyway, thank you for watching. God bless you. Thank you for 400. Donnie, your feet smell great. And Fent is growing pretty nice and tall. So, you know, stuff's good. Soon he'll be poking out the little case here. You have to be up and over to see him. But eventually we'll see him poking out, you know. And someday I'll get batteries for this again. But my Xbox controller ran out. And I needed batteries, so anyway, we're still skimping by. But thank you to everybody who sends stuff to the channel. That's incredible. God bless you. Have a great day. Bye. Oh.